Almost knocks everything over. Hey, folks!
Hey, how we doing?
We are finally back at Honey Badger HQ after a month or so.
Yeah, it's been a day or two since there's been an episode from here.
Yes. Welcome back, everyone, for our returning friends, and welcome to anybody new watching. I'm just going to bring up the chat here momentarily.
Wow, that's so astoundingly clear when you actually see it on the screen that I can't believe it took me like months of owning this shirt before I realized it was Union Jack.
Really?
Yeah, no, I seriously, when I bought this shirt, I was like a month or two later, I was
so.
like, oh yeah, it's Union Jack! But when you see it back on screen, it's really, really obvious. Oh.
And we are... Hey, guess what? We're still backwards. So that hasn't changed. So, well, let's see. Welcome one and all. Let's see. Since the last time we were here, you got hitched. We talked about that last week from Ardens Music. That was awesome. Mm-hmm. I think we may have set a record for the amount of guitars we showed off in a 1 hour show.
We did. We even showed off a mandolin.
Yep. No basses.
Terribly played mandolin. Like, no, the mandolin was good, but the playing was,
not so good.
I know like 3 chords on a mandolin.
Sure.
And you can only do so much with 3 chords, especially when one of them's not in the same key as the other 2.
And I want to thank our other sponsor, Reno Fin
Guitars at renofin.ca.
Love them.
Check them out. Fancy, really nice custom-made guitars.
I like
them.
them.
Victoria, British Columbia. Really good stuff. Check them on out.
Yep.
Just go look. Like, they're pretty.
Let's see what we
Even
got.
if you don't order anything, just go look at them. They're pretty.
They're pretty.
You like them.
In the chat tonight, we have 17 people watching, apparently.
Salut, hello.
So, we have Absolute Mayhem.
Hello.
Michael B.
Hello.
Stafford Studio.
Salutations.
Jimmy T.
Greetings.
Jeff Ripplinger.
Hey there.
David Ennis.
Hello.
Terry's GG&G.
Greetings.
Arvin Gaunt.
Salutations.
David Rideout.
Hello.
Tanaka.
Greetings.
Brian Cote.
Hello.
Welcome all. Awesome.
Greetings, one and all.
Oh, Soda Pop just jumped in.
Aloha.
Aloha to Soda Pop. Yes. And Poo Ninja.
Yeah.
Just cleaning the ship.
It's always good when Poo Ninja.
And Donnie Lovett. Welcome, Donnie.
Hello.
Johnny Bean. Oh, you get the
You get the mouthful of beer.
Let's see. Let's quickly recap the last week. We did the show from Ardens last week.
We did.
That was
Played
awesome.
A lot of really cool stuff. Hung out with Tim. Always good to hang out with Tim. Really knowledgeable dude.
Yeah, loved him.
It's always a blast to hang around. It's fun.
And let's see. Sunday night, you were under the weather.
I was sick. I've been sick as a dog for the last week or so. I finally caught the cold. And
we should actually, before we talk about Sunday, Friday,
yes.
We closed out our last gig of 2018.
Last scheduled Badgers gig of the year. And
you were a trooper.
The scheduled Badgers. It sounds like a whole different
well,
band.
if something comes up, somebody needs us.
The last scheduled gig of the Honey Badger outfit for the year.
Before we go on hiatus.
Hibernation? Yeah, I was actually starting to feel kind of ill by the time of the show. So, but the final set, I was...
Well, during sound check, you were already starting to drop a bit. And that's why I'm like, well, the PA is going as loud as McShane, do not play loud tonight. We have to keep it down tonight.
Yeah, it went good, though. I was actually really surprised.
Hey, JJ's House Jams just jumped in.
But I've been feeling kind of pooish since then.
Yeah.
And,
so by Sunday, he was full blown.
Oh, yeah. By Sunday, I was right into the eye of the hurricane.
So you didn't get to hang out with rock stars.
I did not. And
Riot. Amazing band. Amazing guys.
It looked really cool on the replay, but no, I sadly did not get to hang out with rock stars.
Yeah. We're going to have him back. Robert. Oh, my. I could talk to him again for hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, smart, articulate, cool guy. And, Sean Silas, what can we say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sean's a great guy, friend of the channel. So, yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't get their drummer on. His name's escaping me at the moment. He had some technical difficulties. Kind of like you were having problems jumping in a couple of times. So we don't know what was happening there. So he passed along his well wishes. And then on Monday afternoon, starting to do some Monday afternoon stuff. Europeans can tune in live and stuff like that. Or daytime North Americans can tune in live. And so we had Vlad from Cat Pick Studios on out of Finland. Great guy. He does a bunch of gear reviews and stuff like that. And
Cool.
yeah, he was really cool to have on. And we just talked gear. And I learned that rev amps are Canadian, which I either forgot or I just didn't know.
I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, see? I'm not the only one, folks.
Oh, yeah, I was unaware of that.
Yeah, but it's I was thrown up
West
because
Coast or Quebec?
of Manitoba, Winnipeg.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if they took the old
Garnet factory. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is believable, and if they do, that's some pretty good pedigree right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I shall have to learn more about this rev amps.
Yes.
No, I was completely unaware they were a Canuck product.
We ought to have our merch whole printed backwards. I might do that.
You know.
You know what? I could put up a variant and just reverse the image.
It connects with Guitar's logo backwards, and then below it just be like, YouTube still hasn't been fixed.
We apologize, but YouTube still hasn't fixed this.
Yeah. That's not bad.
All right,
That's
I'll
not
put
bad.
that into the kitty because I've been meaning to get the merch out for the last couple of years. I had a couple designs
that
I'm
might
finishing.
happen. That might happen, folks.
Yes. So, yeah, that takes us through Monday, and then Tuesday, YouTube crashed. It was down for an hour and a half while Johnny was live.
That's holy crap.
Hey, marks those images. He says Robert Baker's in love with rev amps. See, I always thought they were either European or actually I thought they were because I had only seen mostly Europeans using them and reviewing them, I should say. So I don't know if I thought they were tied in with Toman or something like that, which is very, Toman may carry them, but that's what I thought. I didn't really know what was up with them. Hey, Guitar Girl KB's in the house.
Hello.
Yes, Terry. Revs out of Winnipeg. I know that now, and that's why I'm thinking they may be the old it's rebranded Garnet, which would be awesome.
Yeah, which it's Garnet amps are pretty.
Oh, cool! Thanks,
the
Mayhem.
speaker cabinets were kind of cheese, but the amps themselves were really.
Mayhem says he ordered some shirts.
Ah, that's right. Thanks a lot, dude.
Thanks. We appreciate the support. Groovy Ghoulie just stopping by to give a thumbs up. Have a great show. Well, we'll give you a thumbs up right back. Scott Nickerson, good to see you. Let's see anything here. JJ says Revs are awesome amps. Played them at their booth. Yeah, we'll check them out. We'll definitely touch base with them at NAMM. That's awesome.
Groovy. Yeah.
Yes. I have no notes this week. Why am I even looking at? Well, we do have 32 watching and 12 thumbs ups. What does it take to show off a new piece of gear?
You know what? I'm gonna say, let's be ambitious. Let's say we want to see 20 thumbs up.
There's 15. Hey, Citizen Kane. Happy almost Friday. Yeah.
It's something cool. Like, you want to see it. Yeah, I assure you.
It's cool.
It's worth your click. You'll be like, what? No, you know what? I've clicked on crappier things on the internet than that. That's pretty cool.
You can always take it back if you're really unimpressed.
Richard wasn't lying.
Yeah. You can always retract.
Yeah, and then if you're like, you know what? That's not cool at all. You can unclick and then make a comment and be like, Richard, you lied. That's not cool at all. Shame on you. And I'll be like, shoot.
Okay. I guess you don't like that. Oh, we lost one. So there we go. Well, I suppose we could talk about one thing. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking the thing above the other thing.
Oh, yes. Well,
Tone Boner.
This comes about in the fact that...
Yeah, we're going to get to that very soon. Well, we could talk about that first. Maybe that'll get the thumbs ups.
What's that?
Terry talking about the big news nationwide this week.
Oh, yeah, that's
that might get some thumbs up.
So I don't know. Maybe you hadn't heard what happened. You know what? In our fine country here on Wednesday. But something pretty groovy happened.
Yeah.
Now have this without breaking the law, and it's pretty rad.
Scott Nickerson reinstated his thumbs. So Richie's just going to partake while he's waiting for that last thumbs up. We're at 19.
It's been alright. I think it's gonna be a good thing.
There we are. And there's number 3.
Well then there
we are then.
If that just didn't do it.
We're on a roll here, folks. So that was the first thing. That's the big news of the week in Canada, apparently. Jamal says, so jealous.
Yeah, it's not a bad time to be a Canadian. So, some of you may remember my funky blue Fender vaporizer.
Smell the freedom, 20 thumbs up.
The Fender Pawn Shop Series vaporizer.
Which he gigged with on Friday.
Which I took out
and was going on and on how great it is.
I was extolling the virtues of this amp. I was like, yeah, hey, Adam. 12 watts, 2 tens, it's everything you need. This might be our new gigging amp. And then it went up on Kijiji.
It can, Caitlin.
And I got an unexpected result. See, I was just hoping to sell it, and I was going to purchase either an AC15 VR or an AC4 112. And then the guy's like, hey, I'll trade you a Fender Blues Junior. And I was like, nah, I'm not really that interested in that. I've already got a DeVille, and you don't know. Like,
oh, yeah, Mayhem, totally.
I'll trade you a Grudge. And I was like, tell me more. And he's like, well... I'll trade you a limited edition Grudge Pro Jet in Fairlane Blue.
Hey, sis.
For your amp. And I was like, yeah, now we're talking, brother. Yeah, so Grudge Electromatic Jet Pro. Got the thumbnail inlays. Filtertron pickups, not the new Broadtrons they're using or the Fender design Fidelatrons.
She just jumped in, Jeff.
But the Filtertrons. That funky V tailpiece, which I just can't get enough. I think that's rad as hell.
Yeah.
She's blue all the way around, blue everywhere.
Yeah, they sprayed the whole
thing. In China. I thought it was China. And so there was a possibility it might have been Korea. I hadn't actually.
I think they're doing them in Indonesia too now.
See, that was also been a very good possibility. But yeah, it's awesome. I'm really, really impressed by it. I wasn't expecting to get a Grudge out of the deal. I was sort of hoping to get a Vox. But hey, when you get offered a limited edition blue guitar for your limited edition blue amp, why not, right? It's sweet.
Hey, Randall Fisher.
Why don't we take a little listen to it?
Why not, folks? We are on the mobile platform. We can play music.
Yeah, so just plugged into the old Seafoam bastard there, and on the bridge pickup, she's just...
I was like, is the bright still on for me? Barely on camera. So there you have it, folks.
It's chock full of Gretchy goodness. I'm very, very pleased.
I was playing it earlier. I was digging it. Hey, Blackie DH in here. Awesome. Hey, brother. Sean Zimmerman. Good to see you. Awesome. Yeah. Great little guitar. Oh, and should we mention the other thing that you...
No, so that actually leads us to another discussion point.
He's been busy, folks. He got the case last week, and
ties in with one of our viewers. Although I didn't actually see him on tonight.
Yeah. Maybe we'll give that a few minutes.
All right, well, we'll see.
More to that.
Later.
Yeah.
It involves an ongoing project and MacGyvership at its finest. If you enjoy MacGyvership and amplifiers,
We're both doing quite well, Andrew.
Stay tuned.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you guys have any questions, any stuff you've heard, and there he is. We were waiting
All
on
right,
you,
well,
sir.
speak of the devil, and
Lando
Untitled
27
Chapter.
Music,
All right.
or as you
so
call
there
him,
we are.
Lando Music 27.
I did too, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
All right, well, there we are.
That's okay.
Either way. Either way.
So, Landon.
So, evening. Hello. Good to see you. Yeah.
One of your subscribers here.
Originally, when I put the vaporizer, as aforementioned, up on Kijiji, my hope was to get cash for it and pick up the aforementioned AC-15 or an AC-4-112. Which I had watched Landon's review of the AC-4-112 and was like, that's exactly what I was hoping it would do. Hot damn. Yes, yes, yes.
Later, Poo Ninja.
It was actually one of the first couple of reviews that came up too, and I was like, hey, I recognize that name. There we go. Like,
He's a trusted soul.
There we go. Yeah, he's a trusted source. There we are. Fellow Canuck. All right, let's see what he's got. And it was a good review, and it was like, you know what? Yeah. But then I don't know. There's an AC-15 VR for sale in Belleville, and it was a little bit cheaper than an AC-4 would have been. I would have had to buy a brand new, and it would have had tax and stuff, which would have made it significantly cheaper.
I'll answer
to buy
that
the
after this,
AC-15.
Michael B.
And the AC-15's got the slightly bigger cabinet, so yeah. Anyways, I've experienced the valve reactor AC-30s before, and like, if you were to put good speakers into them, you'd be hard pressed. Other than playing at like real loud volumes, you're gonna be hard pressed.
Yeah.
Like, not with the stock speakers, but if you were to actually like put the money into a good set of speakers, throw in them like a set of Celestian Blues or something, they're really good. I was gonna put a greenback in the AC-15 VR if I had got it, which I thought would have been a fantastic combination. And I highly recommend somebody do it and then post a video of it so I can be like, I knew I was right. It was a fantastic combination. But yeah, so I got Vox Fever because my Vox itch hadn't been scratched, and I got a Grudge Band-Aid to put on my arm instead, which did nothing for the Vox itch, but it did give me a cool Grudge. So, I mean, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, it's like a woolen ski cap or a beanie, Michael B. Here's wondering what a toque is.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, it's a beanie, but you have a pom-pom on it, too.
Yeah, it's like a ski cap.
Yeah. There we go.
So, Babcock on Friday, Captain Larson, the Seawolf Babcock, our bass player. Extraordinaire. World's greatest bass player. He had said to me, hey, you know the Vox Pathfinder 10 you sold me a while back? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you want it back? Because I sold my guitar, and I don't have a guitar anymore, and I got no use for it. I mean, the wife thinks it looks kind of funky and cool on the TV stand, but I don't know. Do you want it back? And I was like, yeah, sure. You know, why not? He's like, all right, so I'll give me a six.
Probably the internet connection, Soda. He's saying we're a little blurry.
No, bizarre. Yeah, that's just the Netflix, right?
There we go.
Possibly, yeah.
Could be the wife.
Where was I? Yes. So I gave him the 6-pack for it, which was the deal because he had given me a 6-pack for it, and so I was just giving him a 6-pack back for it. It's a fair deal all around for everyone. So I got it back, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to turn this into a little head, and I'll just use it with my spare little custom cab there, and I'll just have a little Voxy sounding amp at the house, and it'll be awesome. I'll be happy.
So who did you consult for that?
So I consulted the YouTube, and I was like, Vox, Pathfinder 10, and conversion to head. And the first result that came up was, how to upgrade your Vox Pathfinder 10.
Lando?
By Lando.
Of
and
course.
I was like, all right, I'll bite. And so the first thing he did, he put in a Celestian 815 and chiseled out the baffle so it would fit. And I was like, ooh, that's really clever. And I imagined it would improve it to the point of being a functional amp. Like, a lot more functional amp. And then he's like talking about this LED mod. And I was like, what's this jazz? He doesn't actually show it because, like, as he says in his video, which you should check out if you have a Pathfinder 10 and want to make it into a better amp, check it out. Because they are actually a really good amp. They're just that little 6.5-inch speaker is kind of a piece of crap. So I watched the video and was like, All right, fair enough. This makes me think that turning it into a head isn't going to be a complete waste of time. So I looked up the LED mod, which it just involves tearing the two LEDs out of the circuit, which was easy enough to do. Any caveman with a pair of pliers could do it.
Hopefully, if I remember, I'll put a link to that
Yes,
video
put
in
a
the
link to
description.
it, because it is a good video, then, by the way. And
I'll go with that too, Mayhem.
yeah, so since I wasn't planning on using the speaker, I just took the thing in and then put a little chunk of work mat rubber cloth that I've got and just used the 4 speaker screws and screw that back down over the speaker hole so light shining through and having the big old shiny circle there.
Hey, Zach Thung's here.
Just a cosmetic thing. It absolutely has no effect on the sound. And then the most time consuming thing was actually chiseling out the back panel by hand to try and get my jack to fit flush enough that it would come through and I could thread a washer and nut on the backside. I still didn't wind up getting enough to get a washer and a nut, but it's securely held on with a nut right now and cranked right into the wood. I didn't damage the jack, but I definitely think it's on the edge of. It was like, I'm like, ooh, that might be about as much as I'm turning that. But yeah, so it is now a Vox Pathfinder 10 head, and it's pretty darn rocking, I gotta say. I've got it running into the custom little, what is it, the custom 12 gauge.
Hey,
Which presently has a legend.
We got Shane tuning in from In the Blues.
Hello, good evening. Or
Congrats
good
on
morning.
100,000 subs.
Ah!
He just passed. the other day.
Congratulations, my man. Yeah, so I've got it running into the custom cab there, which you've seen if you watched the show. If not, it's a custom 12 gauge that was turned into a speaker cab or combo amp with a little box on the inside. It's very crudely done, but it works.
Hey, we got Captain Smith just pulled into port.
Yeah, so that was the dirty amp you heard at the end of the Grudge segment there.
Can you quickly show off the Grudge again?
I can, in fact.
Yeah, I figured, Shane, Michael,
For those that have
Landon.
just tuned in.
Yeah. So Richie, this is the Grudge he was referencing earlier, the Grudge Edge.
For those that weren't here. And
Limited
for those
edition.
who just want to see it again because they're like, darn, that was actually kind of nice.
Wow, 3 sunrises in 24 hours. So yes, Shane's a little tired.
Woo! Yeah, sorry. So if anyone is actually wondering what the Pathfinder deal is all about, it's small and portable, so nice and easy.
They're comparing us to Wayne and Garth.
Well, I mean, the shoe, the fitting.
Yeah.
Alright, so here it is. You're just like, look at that. It's Vox Pathfinder 10. You've seen them before. They go for like
A 6-pack apparently
a
locally.
6-pack. If you pay more than $40 for one, you're really
Well, in the
really-
U.S. it might be a 12-pack because they have cheaper beer.
Yeah, possibly. But anyway, like, I imagine you could probably pick them up for around I think I bought this one for like
Lando says Zobs are great amps.
35 Zobs. Yes, they're fantastic. Zov. It's actually an XOV. It's a Roman numeral. But yeah, so Pathfinder 10, you can pick them up for a song. They're cheap. They're a good sounding amp, but the little internal speaker is kind of cheesy and not super fabulous sounding. For those who've never seen one before, and this was missing the piping on the front. I think I paid like $35 for it. And then I sold it for a 6-pack and bought it back for a 6-pack. So what I've done is, can we get it in the light enough? No. Anyways, what you can't see, or maybe, there we are.
Hey, Todd Flowers. Eddie
There's
Van
no
Haskell.
speaker. There we go, perfect. There's no speaker anymore. There's a chunk of black matting in there. And where the wires for the speaker would have came, now goes to a jack. And so it's a little 10-watt head now. And with the LED mod, which again, thank you, Lando, it actually is really, really good sounding. Running through a 12-inch speaker, it's really voxy sounding and pleasing. And this Frankenstein and MacGyver project has more to come next week. So keep tuning.
Yeah, I was wondering about that,
But
Michael.
yeah, really awesome. If you want to convert one into a head, it's like you can for less. Even if you go brand new for like $100, you can have yourself a nice little box head in the house, and it's a really simple mod to do that anybody who's like even remotely capable with a soldering iron could do it themselves. So yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Woo woo! Oh yeah, and I put
My sister just posted the history of the tube.
I put other footies on it because it didn't fit over the handle on the custom, and I had a spare set of Fender footies kicking around, so I screwed them on, and they happened to be the exact perfect size. So, woo woo!
There we go. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Wow. We're just flying through the material tonight. We're not even halfway through. So ask away any questions, folks, because we're just winging it tonight as usual. No notes. It's been so busy at work, I haven't had a chance to really take many notes. If Johnny Bean's still in here, Michael Smith was asking, and it looks like I should be on the Late Show with those guys this week.
Oh,
That should be a fun hangout, so I'm planning on sleeping in tomorrow. Rest up for that one. Okay. Lando says, I think it was Groovy Ghoulie that mentioned all the Pathfinder mod stuff to me.
Well, Groovy Ghoulie, thank you. The LED mod, like...
Yes, Michael, I believe you're allowed to carry an ounce, personally.
Yes, you're out in public, you're allowed to have an ounce in your possession.
Yeah. And you can smoke it anywhere you can smoke a cigarette, which is way more liberal than any alcohol laws. I think they overstepped on that one. They should have been
See,
like...
is it that way in Ontario? I thought
Yeah.
Ontario... I thought we didn't go with the public thing.
Yep.
Like, I know...
Designated smoking areas. So that doesn't count down...
Alright,
but a
well,
lot of towns are now banning
Now
smoking.
banning smoking outright.
Outright.
Like Halifax, flat out outright banned
Yeah,
smoking
there's
in the city.
they start with 4 designated smoking areas in the entire city.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Lando. He says he'll be back.
Really though, my thing is like it's not often that I'm like out walking down the street. I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm just like walking down the street smoking a spliff, going to get my groceries. It doesn't really happen often if I'm smoking out in public. It's like I'm at the beach or like going on a hike, like at the local park or something. Like it's not like I'm sitting or like right downtown.
Actually, I don't think you can technically smoke in a provincial park.
Yes, you can.
Oh, in certain areas.
Well,
Yeah,
provincial
because a
parks
municipal
you can.
park you can't.
Yeah,
for instance.
municipal parks you can. Provincial parks and Parks Canada announced that they're going to be kosher.
Actually, Citizen
And
Kane.
people are in a bit of an uproar about it. Like, you can't smoke dope in the national parks. I'm like, why? People have been for years.
Yeah,
it's not any
a
different.
lot of people grow it in provincial parks. So.
What?
Citizen Kane says someone was telling me that they will actually mail it to you. The only legal way to get it in Ontario, is by
right
mail.
now is by mail,
There's a website.
We won't have retail outlets until next
January.
year. January. There we go.
I believe.
That was kind of a dumb, short-sighted maneuver. Same with the stock issues, which were depleted severely on the first day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a
Yeah. But it's it's big time operation. There's a former brewery, like a former Molson brewery is now Grow Up.
yeah. The Hershey
a legal
plant.
one now too.
The Hershey plant.
Yeah, because let's be honest, the
Yeah.
Molson brewery when it was first shut down, there was the
It
illegal
was
Grow Up in
illegal
the
Grow Up
'90s
in
there.
in the brewery.
Yeah. And
the
then
Hershey
now the
plant
Hershey
there.
plant in Smith Falls.
Coburg actually has the world's
Coburg.
largest industrial one. I didn't
Yeah.
know that until
Yeah.
I just saw a news report about it yesterday. It's apparently the largest one in the world, like legitimate operation. I was like, holy crap!
Well, there you go. Terry just posted the. Oh, that's easy to remember too, dude. Not even a triple W, just ocs.ca. Sweet. They made it hothead friendly. Don't even worry about the triple W. We got you.
HTTP www. Don't worry about that. Here you go. You're in a hurry. We know.
Yeah. So. Well, there you go. Yeah. Does
I
anyone
don't-
have any guitar questions? Just wondering.
Just curious, but.
Yes. You would be correct, Mayhem. Is saying what you're allowed to carry around and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it is awesome, JJ. Yes, it is.
It is pretty sweet, man.
Yeah. It's funny.
Well, you live in California, man.
Working in a vape shop, everyone figured. I actually had someone come in yesterday looking to buy weed because they figure all of a sudden every anything remotely to do with, oh, they're going to be some. No. And I did.
Like, yes, we've been keeping kilos in the back room just
Ironically
waiting
enough,
for today.
I sold a half a dozen dry herb, or sorry, I don't even have to call them that anymore. What were known as dry herb vaporizers, pot vaporizers. I sold 2 to couples in their early 60s.
See, that's what I love, man. That shit.
Well, one.
that stuff is beautiful.
Well, one was because she did get a script for anxiety, and she just didn't act upon it, partially for stigma reasons. And 2, she didn't want to take up smoking. She's never smoked a day in her life. So she heard about vaporizers and decided to check it out. So I sold her one. Another couple about the same age, and they were just, why not try it? The rest, members of our military. Because depending on what trade you're in, most guys, it's the same as alcohol.
Yeah.
Nothing within 4 hours of duty.
Yeah.
And show up fit for duty. So they're all, coming in.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. It's a great time to be a Canuck, let me tell you that.
Yes, I understand, Amanda, but it is a guitar show. She's like, it is history. Well, I understand that, but it's a guitar show.
It's a monumental moment.
Yes.
Monumental moment.
Citizen Kane, that is pretty convenient. It's so independent growers, but regulated by the government. Yeah, you can also grow like 2 or 3 plants or something.
Yeah, you're allowed 4 plants.
4. There you go.
Per residence.
Yeah, the only part I was paying attention to is for me as a retailer, what I can and can't do related to the vape products that we carry. Beyond that, I don't really care. Do what you want to do. Like the meme I posted. The picture before and after legalization. Nothing changed in the picture.
Yeah.
Although I did compare it to, ironically enough, this may sound weird at first, to legalize gay marriage, because there's so many people coming out of the closet like, I smoke, folks. No offense to anyone that
Yeah, no, not
but
to deplete from what like a special
was.
moment that was for gay people in Canada. But no, you're absolutely right. Like people, especially from like uptight families and that, which like it just like, it wouldn't have been cool. Like you'd have been barred and banished from the family. And be like, look, pops, now that it's legal. So yeah, no, it's yeah. But yeah, no. I don't know. I haven't seen any social upheaval and anarchy yet.
Michael Smith.
There hasn't been rioting in the streets or anything yet, so I know so far so good. We'll see what happens.
Let's see here. Michael says, I'll mix the both for you. Can you get baked and play guitar good? I don't know if I've ever played guitar not on it in the last... not to excess.
Much better than I could drinking. Like, there's a line, like, I could be, like, 2 beers and be like, I'm just rocking. And then there's, like, a line where it just, like, absolutely just becomes a shamble. It's very difficult for... It was when I was drinking.
Oh, yeah, Todd
very
Flowers.
difficult
Think
for
about
me to
all
find
all the
line,
closet
so.
smokers from, like, the hippies on through that never gave it up and stuff like that. Or
my
parents' generation.
Yeah, cats who no longer have to like wait for that once a year fishing trip with the guys to like go out on the lake and like smoke that like 1 spliff a year and like, oh goddamn, I can't wait till this is legal. We don't have to like do this once a year. But because you know what to that point, and they're just like, no, it's illegal. Like you only do it on the fishing trip.
Yeah. A lot of guys are taking up full-time fishing now.
A lot of guys that are going
I'd be curious. What's
retired dudes that are suddenly going to be spending a lot more time like fishing.
Like, are the beer store sales down? Liquor store sales down?
See, I made a joke to the girl in Sobeys last night, and she just looked at me like I was foolish. And she was like,
Oh, quite different, Citizen Kane.
I'm like, did you guys have
similar, but not
mad rush on food in here about 5 o'clock tonight? She's like, no, why? I'm like, oh, because... never mind.
Yeah. Citizen Kane, he's like, let's be honest, how different is vaping nicotine compared to weed? Well, the juice is much different. It's different consistency, so you need a different coil setup.
You can with these, but
your coil will last an hour instead of
really
a week.
Quick.
Yeah. No time flat.
It works, but...
It doesn't.
Yeah. And you can't, like, rapidly take hits on it. You have to space them out because the coil has to have time to cool down because it's running that much hotter and the juice is not absorbing the same. And You can, but it's not
Try it in temp mode.
not the way to do it.
Try it in temp mode.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah,
But they need a temp mode coil.
It's not the way.
All right, now we're into vape talk.
It's not the way to do it.
How much does a vape machine cost? Soda Pop asks. Cheap ones are around $25. To get into a decent starter one, you're looking at about $60 Canadian.
Like this unit here.
65 for that part, $40 for that part. So, and that's a decent unit. Like I run the same tank on mine again, like $40.
I am the biggest klutz in the world, and the reason it was so hard for me to stop smoking was because I was breaking one of these like every month until I got this one, and I managed to get almost.
Oh,
2
totally
years
different,
out of it.
Citizen King. Totally different headspace. Yeah.
But it's yeah.
Nicotine and THC are two very different drugs.
Oh yeah.
Message me off here, Michael
Nicotine,
B.
I can't go through the day without. Pot, I can go through the day without.
Yeah. So there we go. Yeah. I can't think of the Utilian 420 is a decent starter unit. Michael B. It's a decent unit. He's the dry herb one.
Oh yeah.
That's what I sold the couple today. She liked that one. I gave her one in champagne, no less.
There we are.
Yes,
What class? What class?
The chat's all related to pharmaceuticals and yeah.
Well,
Oops.
I was gonna say, it's not a bad time.
In celebration of legalization. There you go, folks. So, yes. Trying to think. Any news related? GitCon was last week. Looked like Shane had a blast, among others. Been seeing some videos trickling out. Had a nice chat with China Guitar Skeptic. I think he's going to be coming on soon.
Ace Frehley has a new album.
Ace Frehley has a new album. There you go, folks.
Ace Frehley has a new album.
How did you know that and I didn't?
It's in this month's Guitar World.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how it made it to Guitar World before either of us
there's
heard
JJ's
anything about it.
comment to you.
Where is it?
The one that takes up the whole line.
Ah, buddy.
Anybody know if you can still purchase a Les Paul traditional in ebony? Like ebony black finish or ebony fretboard? Because I would think it would have to be a custom to have an ebony fretboard.
No, I think Ebony was the name of the black finish for the traditional series.
Right. I don't... You know what? I don't think they still make that. Because they trimmed down a lot.
No, I believe it's only the gold and the honeyburst.
Yep. Well, and they got that blueberry thing going on, too.
Are we talking Gibson or Epiphone?
Gibson.
Gibson? No. In the traditionals, I'm pretty sure the traditional is just the honeyburst and the gold top presently. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Amanda brought up a very good question.
Aye.
All right. Well, and first, we have a slight, we'll say it, a news report. Reporting in from the nation's capital, Lando 27 Music says, Pete Thorne, fellow Canuck, is doing a SIR clinic in Ottawa first week of November. I'll be going if I can get a seat. Cool. And I believe
Groovy.
Greg Koch's been doing a tour through Quebec and into possibly Ottawa over the last few days. I was checking around at some long
He did get his Gibson damaged recently.
Yeah, that was on the way. Air Canada did that one. Yeah.
Air Canada, folks.
See, I saw that.
If you've ever flown with an instrument on Air Canada and it came through in one piece, you're lucky.
All right, so
you're lucky.
my sister says, I know we talked about seasons changing affecting your guitar, but what about other gear? Is there a risk of damage during certain seasons? Yes. Let's start with winter. Winter is bad for everything because let's say you leave below.
It's bad for everything for the same reason.
Yes. Well,
that's
if you have a tube amp, your tubes can pop, like physically pop due to cold, excess cold. However, anything at all, you risk, if there's any humidity gathered into the device when you stick it in your car and leave it overnight, you're going to have a nice layer of frost on your circuit board.
It's going to freeze.
Yeah.
And the one with amps is if you're playing, you're rocking out on your amp is hot, and it's hot, and you power it down at the end of the gig, and you happen to be playing at a bar that's really organized and they actually have the money like right there for you, and you don't have to like pack up and then like doodle around at the bar being like, hey there, can't help it.
Can you find the manager?
Want
please?
to go home, and if you could please give us the money.
Which is my job,
So-
usually.
That's what Ben does.
But it gets me out of carrying some of the gear. Because
Very
I go
true, very
usually
true.
while they're still loading
Yeah.
out.
So, but if like you're get loaded right out quick while your amp's still hot, and you're loading it out into your car, and it's like -40, and you're playing in Edmonton, where -40 is actually pretty warm for a winter night in Edmonton, and it will sweat. And the sweat will freeze, and it will ruin components when that ice thaws out and it starts wetting up all of your electrical components. And you fire it up at practice or at home the next day, and it goes and smokes, and it's not good.
Lena says, yeah, Greg is at Long McRae right now.
Oh, well, there we are.
Why are you watching us? You should be watching Greg. Yeah, and with that, Citizen Gate said, left his guitar in trunk, hardware actually started to rust after a couple of days because of the sweat. Basically, when you bring it inside, you gotta like let it air out and keep wiping it down because you will get moisture appearing.
with sweat? Yeah, and
Because
same
it's
thing.
going to attract further moisture out of the air.
Likewise, if you've done a long drive to a gig in the winter and your stuff's gotten kind of cold in the vehicle, like if you're keeping the like,
Yeah.
and especially if you bring your, oh, what is this?
Apple ID verification. Not now. Not now, folks. All right.
Anyways,
Sorry if there was a disruption. If not, you saw me poking the screen.
But yeah. So if you've done a long cold drive, and especially if you bring your gear in a trailer, if you're a fancy band that has a trailer, let it. When you bring your gear in, let it warm up before you just start unbuckling cases and chucking guitars into stands. Let your guitars acclimatize.
Yeah, leave them in the case for a while. Open the
They will
case.
sweat in the reverse way, and
Not to mention, they won't want to stay in tune.
and yeah.
Yeah.
So let it acclimatize in the case before you unzip.
All right, here's a quick
Or
question.
unbuckle it.
Michael Smith wants to know how your new Grudge stays in tune because that was a problem with his Grudge, so he sent it back because it wouldn't stay in tune. It stayed in tune fine for me. It sounded
Yeah,
like it was going out of tune for him, but he always pulls everything out of tune.
And it's fresh strings. I just put them on yesterday.
Okay.
I haven't had any issues, but I've only had it for 2 days, so I haven't really given it any thorough abuse yet. I will say, and this is more to the fault of the string than anyway the fault of the instrument.
Hey,
but
old
when I
man
tried
Dan.
it out, I played like 2 or 3 chords, and then I did a little run on a scale, and I went to bend a note on the high E, and I completely unraveled the high E. And the guy just sort of looked at me, and the ball fell out of the end of the bridge, and I was like, "Yeah, sorry about that." I'm like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna buy the guitar, but yeah, sorry about that." She's like, "Oh wow, that's
my
quite
sister-
the bend."
My
Like, yeah.
sister asks, have you considered or researched how your finger joints are going to age? Are you currently treating or taking any preventative measures?
No, I'm being completely ignorant of these things because I don't want to know all kinds of bad things. that are
And
going
she
to
also
be
says
happening.
wrists, shoulders. For those that
I've
Yeah,
suffered
give-
from carpal tunnel as it is, so like,
And
I find
that's my wrist, folks. So
in the morning.
sorry if that
like,
grossed you out.
on a weekend morning playing guitar, it
Yeah,
hurts until it gets stretched out.
my
I do
thumbs constantly
stretches,
crack.
usually not until I've been playing for a while. I'm like, nah, and I can't hold down a bar chord anymore. Bar chords too. Doing a song with like sustained like major.
Oh, like
bar
when we do
chords.
Come Together, where I got to do that shuffle and with the high part. And
I was thinking some of the Smile Harder songs. There's a couple of those.
yeah,
that, like,
a lot of F sharps, a lot of B's.
like my entire hand would be going numb. I just like have to be looking because I couldn't
You know, it's
feel
sometimes
the
even
strings
like
under my fingers
yeah,
anymore. And be like,
the Edie Brickell song where it's B, D, and A. You pray for that A chord where you can kind of shake it out.
I
Yeah,
can say I know for sure. Rewind was one that
Yeah.
like, that was
yeah,
just,
yeah.
and nothing. Actually, you know what? Maybe it was just most of her originals.
Yeah.
But those are the.
Yeah, both my shoulders are messed up.
These are things
My
that
back's messed up.
I'm well aware of aren't going to get any better.
No.
They're just going to progressively
Thank
get worse.
God
So
we have
I
friends
do
that
do
come out and help us
stretches,
load gear.
But I should do better stretches.
Yeah, I stretch before we go on. And it's more stretching my back out.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Like, you'll see me bending over, touching my toes, or trying to touch my toes.
So I stretch my legs out so many times. The way I stand, especially when I'm using the wah.
Yeah.
I have the tendency
stretch
to
my
lock
hips out,
my
too.
knee up, and I hold muscles so many times, leaning forward with
Hey,
my
Paul
knee
Lou.
still locked, and it's just. These are the things.
She says
they
fish
didn't-
oil, dudes.
These things didn't affect you when you were a young man playing guitar, and then just one day, all of a sudden, you come off stage, you're like, I can't bend my knee.
Basically, it spins and
And it
spins and no
sucks.
tone change. Like, infinitely spin. Yeah, you got a bad tone pot, Mayhem. You can put, what are they, 250K pots?
Tone pot?
500?
I'm pretty sure they're 500.
Yeah, Bourne's Audio are the best.
Yeah,
Well, it depends what you weigh. As
you
far as
can
I
usually pick up WDs at your local shop for like $8, something like that. But
What? BV Ninja?
yeah, you can probably put something a little bit more.
Another news
in for
report.
not much more money.
Another news report. BV Ninja, our friend tuning in. You're
Yes.
here and awake.
Salut, bonjour.
Ben Coombs, David Nesdal, and Desiree just got engaged. Congratulations,
Aha!
Dave and Des.
Congratulations! That's awesome. Fantastic news.
That's awesome. I'm sure they're not watching because they just got engaged.
But that's fantastic.
That's
news.
awesome.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yes. Any CTS pot would be a fine replacement. Yeah.
Yeah, the CTS is like it's worth a couple bucks more.
Okay, I see. Citizen Kane's trying to find a replacement for his late 70s Les Paul, Japanese copy Les Paul he had.
Oh,
Ebony.
well, then, yeah, I'd spring for something decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys think a guitar store should make a reasonable attempt to keep the guitars on the racks in tune? Yeah, I would say at least in tune. And there, I know for a fact there's enough downtime in a music store that most of the guitars, unless they're just in, should at least be dialed in somewhat on the setup. Like, they don't have to spend an hour fine-tuning it all to factory spec or better.
Yeah, but
at least just rough it in.
Intonation should be at least there.
Yeah, make it playable.
Like fret.
Because you're just going to sell a guitar. Because let's be honest, you pull a guitar down and it plays like crap.
See,
You're like, yeah.
this isn't so much anymore just because like there aren't like so many guitar shops anymore, unfortunately.
I know exactly what you mean, Stafford Studio.
But I used to find that was the mark of Ibanez dealers. If it
Yeah.
was a good dealer or not a good dealer, was the quality of their Ibanez guitars. Because they oftentimes, the lower end models,
Yeah.
didn't necessarily ship in like the greatest
Yeah.
of shape. And they kind of have some nice hacksaw action going on the fretboards. And that I always found that was the mark of the good dealers and like the shoddy dealers. Which if you go in the good dealers, all the Ibanez necks, they'd be smooth and they'd be nice because they actually like would take them out. They'd grind the edges off and like smooth them up, put them on the shelf. And then the dealers that would just take them out of the box and chuck them on the shelf, you'd usually pick them up and the guitar wouldn't be in tune and so forth. And so it used to come down to the quality of the shop. Now it mostly comes down to just the size of inventory and amount of stuff. If you're in a small shop, I would expect everything to be tuned. Like, but when I was in high school and I worked in a music shop, like that was
Hey, show me
that,
blues.
that was largely like what I did. Basically, it wasn't like I was sitting there like assisting customers all day. We were in a small music shop in like this town of like I don't know. I guess they'll probably
David
like
Wright says there's
30,000
never a guitar in
people
tune when he
but-
goes to Long McQuaid. I'm not surprised because they don't have a lot of musicians working there as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
They got clerks. Soda Pop
Yeah,
asks,
and that's the difference.
do I ever wear wristbands when I play? I did for a number of years wear a wristband and sometimes a longer wristband or even a whole sleeve over that muscle for a number of years. But just in the last year, I found I haven't needed it as much anymore. I keep one handy just in case, because if that really starts to tighten up. You never really had
The only
had to,
time I
right?
have ever wore a wristband was Smile Harder had a gig on a Friday and a Saturday, and I'd worn a like raw spot in my arm
right.
from the 335.
Yeah.
And I could not play anything. It hurt. And I tried adjusting my playing style, and it's just I couldn't. So I wound up, I was wearing a wristband like kind of over the blistery, raw, hurty spot, just so I could be able to play the show. And it made me very irritated at the 335 for some time, and I didn't play it for a while because I was very choked. I still can't do a full night with it, like a full like 3 or 4 set night. I can't do with it.
No.
I love the guitar, but I can't play it for a full
Well,
minute.
let's check this out.
Wears my arm like bloody sandpaper.
I dig it.
What is this?
The Dean Nash Vegas. We were asked what we thought of it. I dig it. It's a dual humbucker telly.
What's not to like? What's not to dig? You know,
I like the headstock,
I'm
too.
not super fussy about the flame top one. That's just my preference for
Right.
like the look of that particular body style.
Right.
I don't like super tellies. Like the blinged out super tellies. I
do.
don't like them.
I do.
They're not my.
I
cup
like
of tea.
everything from the super blinged out to the super relic.
Yeah, they're not my cup of tea. But that's just like me. Like that's,
Yeah.
But that's not saying that they're not fantastic instruments and they're not beautiful. That's just they're not.
Let's say
my
do an
thing.
arm relief on that one, or is that just...
But that white one there,
Mm-hmm.
like, well, the one that basically looks like yours, like, yeah, that's, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, what is that? Oh, that's a Fender.
That looked like a Danny Gatton. No. Oh, a single hum, or hum single.
Yeah.
With dual lipsticks. Interesting. Is that your bass? 5-string though. All right, so we're looking at pictures. Yes, the Dean Nash Vegas.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
We dig it.
I used to have quite the prejudice against Dean guitars. Not that, like that they weren't quality or they weren't good, but I had this hang up in my mind that like Dean were one trick ponies and they just like they made the Dimebag Pantera sound and like that's Dean. And then I found out when I bought my Boca 12 that Dean does in fact make some very, 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 very nice traditional styled instruments. And this is a perfect example of it. Like if you're looking for an HH Telly and you want something that's going to have a bit more balls and oomph, or you want something that's just an
Speaking of
alternative
which,
to a Fender, I guarantee that Dean probably clocks in less than a comparable model in a Fender.
And Dean has helped out the boys at Riot and gave them some gear and some support on the tour.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, guitar
Well,
and a
see?
bass.
Who doesn't like Dean?
Yeah, the bass,
Yeah.
John Entwistle bass.
Oh, Rocket!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Robert's going to love that.
You know me and that myself. I love the Who.
I know you do.
But yeah, so
yes, Landon. He says, I saw Ardens music name as a seller through Best Buy. Yes, they are supplying a lot of the music equipment that Best Buy sells. They're actually basically for a region of Best Buy stores. If you order, well, let's say Epiphone Les Paul special, Best Buy doesn't send it out. They just tell Ardens to ship one out, so you'll get one shipped from them.
yeah, so they're
Which is kind of cool because chances are Tim's gonna touch it. So.
yeah, and Tim will make sure it's coming out in good shape.
Yeah. Hey, Gussie Wells. He says, hey guys, popping in late. How late are we?
He personally gives love to every single instrument that goes out that door.
That he does. That
on
he
the
does.
online sales, and that's not just like me saying that to like. He actually does. It's a fact.
Soda Pop likes the black one. The black Dean.
Yeah, it's pretty hot, man. Like especially if like you are a metal player and you're just like I just want like a telly, but I want a telly I can play metal on. And
Okay, obviously you guys heard me talk about Danny Gatton. Yeah, he's a hell of a player.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, it's rocking, man. I dig it. MSRP or suggested or even a known street price for it.
What? BV was ignored by everybody? He says, I've been here for a while, for about 35 minutes, said hello to both of you, but was ignored by everyone. What? I said hey to you, did I not? You had the breaking news.
Salut, bonjour.
Yeah? Alright. Let's see. Rest in peace, Danny Gatton. Yep. Hey, we got Quentin James in the house.
Hello.
Michael Smith's got to run. Computer work calls. Yeah, hear that. Yes. Wasn't Danny Gatton one of Joe Bonamassa' guitar teachers?
I cannot verify that fact nor deny it. I don't know.
I think there was something going on there. Yeah. Yes. Yes, we were discussing, I believe, on one of Johnny's shows the other night, a few of us were talking about country players. I was telling you, and I was just like, oh yeah, like I really got back into that stuff a couple of years ago, and I've been learning a lot of licks, and I've been pulling them out throughout an evening. So it's basically if it's got a minor solo, you, major, me, Scott Nickerson, question. I think I fried tubes in my Runt 50 head. I shut it off without putting on standby. Now there is a hum when attacking the strings. Which tubes do you think? Preamp. Possibly.
No, it'd be your power tubes, if at all. It shouldn't have affected your amp because standby is really they're a redundant feature, really, electronically speaking. So it shouldn't affect your amp to not put it in standby before you turn it off. That said, the hum could be completely unrelated to this incident. But yeah, it's if it were a tube issue, it would be your power tubes, but it's not likely. You could have shaken something, like if it was during transport or something. Or
I would make sure all the tubes are fully seated first.
Yeah, just check and make sure everything looks good. And
Try different outlet too. Try different outlet.
Yeah,
too.
that's just humming isn't generally a tube related issue. Generally speaking, it's.
Yeah, moved it. Yeah, I'd try a different outlet. You know, weirder things happen, dude. I've seen weird stuff. Let's see. Yeah, he says he hasn't moved it. Citizen Gain asks, "Am I a Roy Clark fan?" Of course, he's a monster player. Whether it be on banjo, guitar, fiddle, I've seen him shred out on a 12 string better than most people can on a 6, and we know how hard it is to play lead on a 12, and just picking away. Oh, Showman, yeah, I noticed you've been away for a while. Okay, work and something going on there. Okay. Oh, jeez, BV, you always get me. It's like he was here for 30 minutes before the breaking news. That's when I said hello. Sure, make us overreact, BV. Thanks. Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
You're more than welcome, Scott. And of course, you can PM us if you need further info. Not that I would ever. I always say amplifiers are the one thing I don't mess with. I know I'm not smart enough to avoid getting shocked.
Yeah, it's risky business opening up amps. It's one of those things. If you have any doubt about what you are about to do, don't. That's the rule of thumb when it comes to working on amplifiers. If there is any doubt in your mind about what you're about to do, once you get these screws unscrewed, you pull that chassis out, don't even unscrew it. Don't even take the screwdriver out of the toolbox.
Yeah.
Take it to someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm not one of those guys that can have a live amp, like pull the guts out of your head,
yeah,
have it sitting on a bench,
troubleshooting a live amp is,
and they're just ding, 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 ding with their chopstick or whatever. And
troubleshooting a live amp is risky business too. That's you've really got to be darn sure you know where you're putting your fingers and that your elbows up. No accidental contact anywhere you don't want to be touching. It's not a recommended practice at all. I don't endorse or encourage it, even though I do it. It's one thing if I'm going to make myself zap myself. It's another thing if somebody else gets zapped and they're like, well, Richard said it was an alright thing to do. It's not an alright thing to do, alright? It's not an alright thing. It's a very foolish thing to do. My father, the electrician, has many times been like, don't do things like that. Don't do things like that.
Yep.
I raised you better than that. Don't do things like that. I'm like, yeah, sometimes it's one of two things, and it'd be a lot easier to find out. It's like, use a voltmeter. I'm like, yeah, but I can just take like 2 seconds. I raised you better than that.
Do not attach my name to this in any way, shape, or form.
Don't say I taught you things like that. I raised you better than that. So yeah, it's not a smart thing to do. Don't do it.
Oh, you definitely need a tuner, soda pop tuning a 12 string. Jeez.
Oh God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk to this guy.
That goes without saying.
He gigs with a 12 string.
Even with a tuner, like a good tuner, it's it can be frustrating sometimes, especially like if there's been a major
Exactly,
weather shift
JJ.
and I haven't played it in a while, and then I take it out and it's like, nah, and you're, oh crud.
As JJ says, warning in capital letters: the inside of an amp can kill. Capacitors need to be discharged.
Yes, that is the big one. That,
And
like, people,
let's say, like troubleshooting a live
they
amp,
can kill
like,
you.
Yeah, like you were saying, troubleshooting a live amp. If
Bumping-
you're troubleshooting your transformer, you got 400 plus volts coming out of that thing.
Like, there's things I will not do in an amplifier. Like, I won't do. Like, that are beyond my skill. And there are things that I'm willing to poke around at. If I have any doubt about what it is I'm about to poke around at, I won't touch it. Like, I don't like just being like, well, what's this do? It's not a good way of troubleshooting things, especially when you're dealing with electricity, and especially when you're dealing with amps, because amps can, like, as JJ said, the caps.
Ooh.
Caps hold electricity.
Yeah.
Long after that amp
Citizen
has powered
Kane.
down,
He says,
you can touch a cap and you can get
yeah.
dead. Like,
Yeah.
you not just lifted, you can get flat out dead, killed, zapped, nah, pooch, done, over, through.
yeah.
So it's one of those things. Don't go opening up amplifiers unless you know how to properly discharge caps and you know what you're doing and you know what you're after. There's nothing in here that's going to be very obvious and be like, I'm wrong.
It's all good.
Unless, of course, it is something like there's a wire
Yeah,
completely lifted off the board and it's like, I'm wrong.
We got BV headed out. He's like, it's 3 a.m. here, but my
Right.
day was great. Thank you. I was just having some fun with no one saying hello, but it must have been lost with my English. No, buddy, you got us good. Even if you didn't mean to, you got us good. So rest well, sleep well. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, have a good night, Orville.
Let's see, I'll do tubes and speakers and a tube amp. That's it. Lando says, yeah.
Bonsoir, BB.
Yeah. So on that note, since BV's headed to bed, and you know we've done our hour here, so I want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you're watching on replay, you know, thank you for checking us out on replay.
Yes.
Everyone in the chat, it's been awesome. You know,
Yes.
lots of cool stuff discussed and always welcome. You know, leave a thumbs up if you don't mind. Make sure that bell's rung, get notified. If you want some other cool content to watch, there's a bunch of links to some cool channels down below. And you have anything to add, sir?
Well, tune in next week to see part 2 of the Vox MacGyvering project. Yeah, that's all I got.
Back to the Wayne and Garth thing. So there you go. Yeah, stay warm. Yeah, it's starting to get cool out there. I'm not too keen on that. For sure. So yeah, as I always say, hold those doors open. Let that guy in ahead of you in traffic. Do good things, and good things will happen to you. Because karma's real.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see y'all next week for the Canucks with Guitars. Sunday night, it's a surprise. Until then, cheers.
Take care.